What's up guys, Jimmy Chang back with Andrew and welcome to Freshly Charged. In today's video, we are going to be going over a new commuter scooter. It's called the Navee, it's the V50, and this thing has a lot of cool things going for it. It's a scooter that goes up to 20 miles per hour, has a 10.4 amp hour battery, is UL rated, and it's highly water resistant. And you may have been impressed with our special effects there, unboxing the scooter, but we'll go through the unboxing right now. We've got the scooter all unpackaged, assembled, really easy setup, basically came assembled. And so now that we have it all set up, let's do a walkthrough from top to bottom. I didn't have to adjust anything on the scooter. Only thing was just rotating these handlebars, which these are pretty sweet. One of the coolest features we've ever seen. You simply unlatch that and it'll twist and it locks into itself when folded. So let's see. Really nifty design and very slender. Great for saving space.
That's pretty cool. I thought it would have made it too long, but no, it doesn't make it any longer. That's perfect.
And then to unlatch it, just twist it and you're good to go. So very quick to make it compact and very quick to open it up.
One of the concerns that we had was this being loose and maybe jiggling.
Yeah, it's really rigid. I thought it was kind of a gimmick the way they created this folding mechanism, but it's really rock solid and no movement at all. Now we've never seen a folding mechanism like this to make it more compact. Usually there are two hinges on the side here that cause the handlebars to collapse, giving it a smaller footprint. Usually results in a little bit of instability, or there are times where you have to tighten it. This looks pretty solid and pretty easy. This weighs just underneath 38 pounds, like 37.5 pounds. One thing that's different about the scooter is the power button is located inside of the throttle. Yeah, so with this display, the unique thing is it's more of in a landscape mode versus a portrait mode. And so it gives you kind of that wide cinematic screen feel. Definitely different and pretty crisp. A lot of these get washed out in direct sunlight, but this one looks pretty good. It has a thumb throttle on the right. This has push to start and there is an app. There's a bell, which doubles up as a latch for when it's folded. A singular brake, which controls a disc brake in the rear, and I believe there's electric braking in the front, so we're gonna find that out as we start riding it around. Most of the budget-friendly scooters use drum brakes, so I was surprised at the price point that this came with disc brakes. Drum brakes take less maintenance, but disc brakes have better stopping power. Moving down the steering pole, you have the simple latch design, which has this interesting feature in here. We weren't sure what this piece was at first, but it's actually for an AirTag holder. So put an AirTag in here and shove it up inside of the steering pole, and you have a hidden AirTag holder. Moving down the steering pole, you have a 10-inch by 2.125 tube-in pneumatic tire, so there's air with the tube. Feels like it's got some great polymer. It's nice and soft and grippy. You have the motor in the front, speeds up to 20 miles per hour. Coming down the frame, you have this interesting design where it's tubular frame. You have a nice silicone mat with the charge port in the front. Coming to the rear, you have this place where there's a fender, but there is no kick plate. So it's telling you not to step on this because it's just a piece of plastic. Small disc brake in the rear brake light. One other sweet feature that I saw about the Navee scooters when I was in Amsterdam was they're rated IP55, but I think they're being very conservative with that number. They had a motor running underneath water the whole time at the micromobility event, and it never went out, so pretty interesting. Seems like it'd be IPX7 water resistance rating, but I feel like they're being conservative at IP55. And having a commuter scooter that's water resistant is super important because you never know when you need to get to school or work or get home and it's raining. So you want something that's water resistant, and this is it. Overall, a simplistic, budget-friendly scooter coming in at only $599. And that's a great price point for a commuter scooter that has the most innovative folding design we've ever seen. It's lightweight, it's portable, it's pretty quick and nimble, and we're gonna go test that here in just a sec. But you can check this out over at REV Rides. Let's get our safety gear on so we can take this for a spin. Okay, so here we are on our hill climb test, and let's see how it does. It was pretty zippy early on, hitting what, 20 pretty easy? Yeah. And now? Slowing down to 12 miles per hour, which is common for this hill. But let's go pull over, we'll stop, and we'll talk about the things that we love best about this scooter. These brakes may need a little adjusting, just like its bigger brother. Let's talk about the things that we love best about this scooter. I love the way this thing folds. so unique, and you wonder why a lot of other electric scooters don't do it the same way. Saves a ton of space, and the one thing is about the other types of folding handlebars, there's always some type of movement in there. There's always some type of adjusting. This is nice and solid.
So this is the first time we've seen this design. I give it a thumbs up. I mean, just that folding mechanism with the rotating handlebars, and then being able to fold in such a slim profile that's locked into itself so that you can carry it. Great, A+ for the folding.
The weight of this scooter is very portable. It's just underneath 38 pounds. And just like Jimmy was saying, it's very compact. So easy to lift into apartments, easy to lift into vehicles, upstairs. This is an extremely portable scooter.
While we have it folded, another feature that I really like about this, being an Apple user myself, I do like that they've got a little place where you can hide your little air tags, right? So you can put your air tag in there and use that Find My feature when you let someone borrow this and you forget, when you park it somewhere or leave it at an office or a school building or someone's house and you just can't remember where you left your scooter. That will help you locate it. Now understand that the air tag does not work as a theft deterrent. It acts as a way to help you find your goods that you've lost.
I do love that this has 10-inch pneumatic tires. It feels great. Even though there's no suspension, it doesn't feel like I have my teeth rattling inside my head when I hit the bumps and imperfections on the road.
So no suspension, as most scooters in this size and weight class, but it does have the pneumatic tires to help soften the ride.
I like how crisp the display is in direct sunlight. This one looks really good. And it's got this interesting design, almost kind of like a Star Trek feel to me.
Yeah, so there's no bezel on the display and it's rounded. So rounded edges and no bezel. But it does look like it's maybe scratched a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up with something that I don't like about the scooter. It looked fine when we were in the dark of the garage, but as soon as we pulled it out for the first time riding it, you could see all these scratches on the display. So not very scratch resistant.
So you may want to consider getting some sort of screen protector for that.
The electric braking works really nice on the scooter. It's a very nimble scooter. That's a really huge plus for the scooter. It's lightweight, nimble. You get a lot of scooter for a low price.
I love the looks and the lines of this. As we mentioned during the unboxing, this tubular feel and design reminds me of the really popular boosted REV scooters. I know they went out of business, but still a really cool design. This is almost like a miniature version of that. I love the deck, the simplicity of the grip. Fits with a whole matte black finish, which I'm a big fan of matte black scooters.
IP55 water resistance rating and a UL rating for the battery.
This is a pretty zippy little scooter. It's lightweight and it's portable. So we're gonna keep riding. At our next stop, we're gonna talk about the things that we don't like about this scooter. No scooter is perfect, so let's talk about the imperfections, the things that we don't like about this scooter.
Following up on what I was speaking about earlier, the display gets scratched easily. The battery is pretty small, but you are paying $600 for this electric scooter. I do wish that you could turn off the kick to start. I do wish that the pneumatic tires were tubeless because they do have tubes in them. They're just more susceptible to flats, but they're gonna be easier for tire changes.
While it's nice to have an app to update the scooter and to change the settings, this app just asks for way too much privacy, way too much access to my phone.
Following up about the app, it's very weird. As soon as you upload the scooter, it asks you if you want to tag it to a bedroom, a kitchen, a living room. So very odd. This app isn't really designed for the electric scooter. It's an app that they use to control the scooter.
Otherwise, it's a solid commuter scooter. And while we finish up and finish riding, let's talk about who we think should get this scooter. So who should get the V50? I think if you're looking for a commuter scooter that has the best folding mechanism in the game, check out the Navee V50.
If you're working on a budget and you want a waterproof scooter, you'll definitely want to check out the V50.